Well, hello everybody. Good morning. It's actually afternoon now. I had a rough start today. I've been trying to live stream for over an hour now. Uh, I've just been having technical difficulties because this is my first time doing this. I've actually done this in Zoom quite a few times. I actually, had almost a year of this, I guess, or I'm not sure if more or a little bit less. As a teacher, I was on Zoom constantly, but this is a different platform. And I was trying it on my iPad and I couldn't get it to work. Uh, Hi, Sleepy. Thank you. And I just want to say that Sleepy jumped in and he helped me. And seriously, it was one little thing that I did wrong that was preventing me from doing it. So, first off, I was doing it on my iPad. YouTubers were saying you could. I couldn't figure it out. There was one button missing, the present button. So then I had to get on my Mac, and I haven't used my home Mac in a long time. So I had to update it and figure it out. And I still couldn't get it to work. Sleepy showed me, and it was just the difference of having, instead of having two tabs open, I needed another window open, and just that was preventing me from doing this. So, anyways, I want today is the Academy Awards. They start at 5 o'clock here in Los Angeles. I'm not sure if they start at 5 or 6. But there's all this kind of pre-Oscar stuff where they look at people's dresses. I wish Bjork were here. I loved Bjork's dress, by the way. And she was phenomenal in that movie that she was in. But anyways, around 5, I'm not sure if I'm even going to watch the Oscars. I just enjoy doing the whole watching the movies and doing all that kind of stuff. So this morning I thought, let me do an Oscars show and see how it goes. A friend of mine, she was like, there's going to be a ton of Oscar shows. If you don't have anything new, to add to the conversation, you probably shouldn't do it. And I was like, yeah, I don't have anything new to add to the conversation, but I'm still going to do it. So if you're looking for interesting content that you might not have seen about the Oscars anywhere, well, you're in the wrong live stream. But hey, nah, my friend, she's just, she's realistic. But I take that with a grain of salt because she doesn't know my Uber fans out there like you, Sleepy, who hang on my every word. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what you taught me. Let's hope this works. So I'm gonna go ahead and present. Hi, Larry. I did an impromptu live stream just because I'm trying to learn how to do sharing screen on this platform, and Sleepy helped me. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it, and I'm gonna click on window like he told me, and here we go. And let's see if yes, it worked. I'm so happy. Oh, but the thing is, you can hardly see it. Like, how am I gonna scroll through it? Okay, Sleepy, help me. Like, how do I scroll through this? Do I just go ahead and go to the tab and the problem is if I'm on the tab, I won't see what's on the screen. Like you won't see me. Is that fine? Yeah, I need some guidance now. So I'm gonna just go to the tab and let me know. Can you see me scrolling through it? Yeah, it looks like I am. This is weird. Okay, this is weird because oh, maybe I'm in the wrong view. Yeah. Hey, you can zoom. You can zoom your view up. We will still see you. You can zoom your view up. Oh, let me see. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now this is really bad because now I hit another glitch. I don't know what to do. I want to be able to have my picture in the screen as I'm going through the web page, but I can't do that. Scroll in the window. Yeah, but then I guess I just still I don't see the comments. I don't see you can also put your browser in full screen to hide all your bookmarks. You can use this window so you can see both your laptops. Oh, that's true. That's true. And you'll still see it full screen. Let's see if that's true. I never thought of that. Yeah, I used to do that in Zoom. You're right. Okay. All right. It's shrinking in there. Oh well. Let me try that. All right. So I'm gonna go. I'll have to figure this out later. So I was thinking to go ahead and go to the bottom and work my way up. So I'm gonna skip a lot of these things. Let's talk about best cinematography. Okay, so I saw this early in the year, and I actually gave this movie a very harsh review, and that is El Conde. But I remember saying how beautifully this movie is filmed in black and white. It was very, I probably even used that word lush. This absolutely deserves to be in this category. It does not deserve, well, it's just a very strange, I shouldn't say it doesn't deserve to be Best Picture because it was just very strange. It was different. That doesn't mean it was a bad movie per se. Uh, and this is about a dictator who's basically a vampire, and he wants to die, and he's looking for people in his family to take over. Of course, we have Killers of the Flower Moon. This is also nominated Best Picture, and this one, uh, it's Scorsese. It's just you expect a beautiful, beautiful movie. Um, to be honest, I get so wrapped up, I guess, in the narrative that I kind of forgot to observe. And I think that's the beauty of this. If I were watching this movie individually, I would, and just looking at the cinematography, I could probably have more to say about that. Hold on, I'm going to pause and see what questions we have. I mean, comments. Yeah, it does look about the same. Okay. So the next movie for, where was it? Cinematography. Maestro. I also commented how I could not believe the transitions in this movie. I don't know how they did it. How, and there's a shot at the beginning of this movie where they move from an upper, there's a concert hall, I think it's in New York, the New York Met, and Bernstein is kind of living above it, and they take the camera, and I don't know if they drone it, but they go through the entire concert hall as he's walking down, and it's so beautifully filmed. Um, just simple shots like that, and there were other transitions where he would walk, or they would walk from one room, and they would totally go into another like set. And of course, that's all green screen now, but it's done so flawlessly. I don't know. Like in the past, they would have actually build two sets and put them back to back for that to happen. But I don't know if they're doing that these days. But some of these transitions in that movie just really floored me. So that definitely deserves it. Uh, Oppenheimer or Oppenheimer. Do you like shifting screen sizes in Maestro to match movie proportions and color the time? You know what? There was so much in Maestro that was commendable. It, like you said it's like visual poetry. Maybe when we watch Stalker, we can compare Maestro to Stalker, because Stalker, that's what people say, it's visual poetry. So we're gonna have to watch how the camera moves and the sets and the designs for that. Um, but yeah, so much in Maestro there was to commend, but there was also some things in Maestro that for me didn't click, and but that was just the storytelling style. Uh, After that, we have Oppenheimer. Now, what do you say about Oppenheimer? Like this is a Christopher Nolan movie. I think he deserves to win it every single time. I don't think he won for Interstellar, which I think he should have. I'm not sure if he did. But this one was also, a tour de force. It's beautiful. There's so many special effects added to this movie to help the narrative move along. Like some people could say that it interrupts the narrative and might take you out, but to me, it enhanced it. I thought it was beautifully filmed. And then finally, this movie. I watched this movie last night. Okay, here's the thing. I normally don't know what a lot of these movies are about. I just watch them. I usually don't know the hype behind them. I was surprised. This movie is so different compared to all the other movies on the Best Picture list. Maybe I should save that when we get to the top. But this had an almost Tim Burton feel to it. It was filmed in black and white, then stunning color. He used so to me this had like a fantasy steampunk feel. Like the skies were these purples and blues that weren't normal or natural, and I loved the way that the cinematographer took this fantasy element and ran with it to make the screen look gorgeous the way that you couldn't do that in regular movies. And this one, now I don't know, it was beautifully filmed for such a weird movie. I do not know. Okay, so of the five, when it comes to cinematography, I have no idea. You know that this is going to be a favorite. I mean, Martin Scorsese has done so much for the film and film industry. I know it shouldn't be political that way. Um, this Christopher Nolan deserves more awards for his innovative techniques in film. Um, yeah, I don't know. This one's going to be hard to choose. I think this is also going to be a favorite at the Academy Awards. So this one I can't pick. I don't know. I really don't know. Do any of you? Poor Things, right? Oh, Larry, Poor Things is on Hulu right now. I didn't even know. I just opened up Hulu yesterday and it was on and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe." Like so they just added it. You are going to see more of Emma Stone than you're probably ever going to want to. I don't know. As a straight guy, maybe you will want to see this. There was so much nudity in this movie. I could not believe it. And I'm not talking just female nudity, male nudity. It served the story, but I was shocked. I had no idea going into this movie like how much nudity there was going to be and the things that they have to do while they're nude. Um, it's such a weird, strange movie. But anyways, maybe after you maybe close this live stream and go watch it so you can see Emma Stone nude in all kinds of positions. All right, we're gonna move on. I don't know much about editing. I would actually have to like study the film to see how they're edited. So, for example, when I talk about where the camera moves from one set to another, I think that could be editing. It could also be like how the scenes shift around. I really don't pay that much attention to editing, so I couldn't make a prediction on that. Makeup, I did not see Golda yet. I've seen Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Society of the Snow. That was harrowing. That's the only international nominee that I actually saw because it's on Netflix. That one should be under special effects. Let's see if it is when we get up there. Um, I think Maestro is going to win. Maestro is most likely going to win. Oh. Sorry about that. So my neighbors have a new puppy, and now my dogs are they hear it and they're making noise because of that. All right, so let's move on to we did makeup. I think Maestro's going to win. Although I'm going to say there were times in this movie where the makeup just floored me, but there were other times, as I mentioned, that when there were extreme close-ups, you know, the actors can't move under all that makeup, and it would just like it stuck out so much that I thought it would draw me out of the picture. Like that's what would happen. But the makeup in this is phenomenal. I think Maestro's going to win for best makeup. Um, so then we go to best sound. I'm definitely. I think Oppenheimer would probably win. Although we have Mission Impossible, that was really good. I don't know enough about sound as I'm watching a movie, but I know that Christopher Nolan uses sound to great effect in his movies. Uh, so I would expect Oppenheimer to win, but we'll see. I haven't seen. Oh yeah, I did see The Creator. That was a sci-fi movie. That was really good. Maybe for special effects. All right. gonna come up to the best original song. Probably I'm Just Ken, although I don't know every one of these what I was made for. I think I'm Just Ken is the favorite there. It's like it's hummable. People were I think making a lot of memes about it. There, it was just a very popular song. I think that one's gonna win. Best original score. Oh wait, let me check the comments right now. Nudity is much less common in movies these days. That's not, it was quite shocking to me because I was like Emma Stone, she can command roles, right? She's at that popularity, and she decided to take this role. So the nudity and everything is it goes with the character. I'm going to say that this character is an innocent in a world, in a cruel world, basically. And the nudity is part of the character. It's part of the arc. It's just really strange to see so much nudity from a major star like that. And I mean, she obviously knew it, and I don't believe there's any time there are body doubles. I believe it's her every single time. And also, the male, what's his name? Mark Ruffalo. I'm happy he's nude in that a lot. I think he's hot. So I'm glad. Like they never. But here's the thing: they never show him, his penis. I guess I got to be blunt. But they show Emma Stone's. They don't show her. I hate to say this. They don't show her vagina, but they show that area. Um, it's just it's some. There's still that strange dichotomy in movies where women can be shown and men can't. Although there were plenty of men in the movies where you actually saw their genitals, um, but it's not equal when it comes to male and female actors that way. Uh, yeah, I enjoy all those aspects, but I can't. Sleepy. Uh, I enjoy all those aspects of movies, but I really can't discuss them because I really don't pay as much to them as I should, much attention to them. Uh, will there be protests about Barbie not getting all the female nominations it should have? Um, Most likely. I don't know. I might watch the the stream tonight. But the thing is, Barbie was nominated for a lot, and there's so many movies and only so many categories. Um, yeah, it's another issue altogether. I what I'm happy is that the Oscars put all these movies out and people have a chance to see them. And Barbie is definitely up for many awards. And so I watched Barbie just because of the hype. But had I not known about it, and I would have watched it because of the Academy Awards, and I would have been introduced to it that way. If you do nude scenes as an actor now, you know it'll be all over the internet for decades. Of course, I mean you're you're really really putting yourself out there as an actor, and you have to be comfortable in your own skin. I don't think nudity per se is such a taboo as it used to be. Um, so, for example, there's a scene where Mark Ruffalo is physically he's licking a nipple. Now that might have been a body double because it's supposed to be licking Emma Stone's nipple. I don't know if they replaced her for that particular image, and I don't know if they shot it at such an angle where maybe his tongue isn't actually physically touching the nipple. It's shot that way. But I mean, yeah, I mean once it's there, right? It's out there. Okay, so let me go back to score. All right. So when it comes to the score, first off, I didn't see American Fiction. I did see Indiana Jones. I saw Killers of the Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Now the thing is, I really wanted to listen to all the scores at least 4 or 5 times before I did something like this so that I could talk about them. But I didn't. The only one, the score that I really, really listened to was the Mission Impossible. I really like that score, and it's not even listed as one of them. But eventually, I will listen to all these scores. To me, I find that fun. Okay, so animated short film. There's a surprising lack. None of these are available online unless you purchase them. When they did nude scenes in the 70s, they didn't know it would be still around even a year later. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Um, so I used to in Hollywood before the Oscars, they used to have a week where they would show the best animated shorts, the best animated live action, and the best short docs all in one. And you could go and you would watch all of them. You know, it would be like going to the movie theater and they would just play them all. I think they did that this year, but I didn't go to it. And I'm kind of, excuse me, I'm kind of sad that I didn't because the best animated shorts, none of them were available. Uh, Animated films, and that's a shame because I really, really like those the most. But here we have. Let's just go through them. Letter to a Pig, 95 Senses. They all look great. Our Uniform. There's what you can see though. You can see trailers for all of these. Pachydermy or Pachyderm, and it looks like it's French, so maybe it's Pachyderm in French. And then War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. All right, so those are the best animated short films. I can't comment on them because I haven't seen any, which is sad. However, when we get to the best live action, I've seen almost all of them, and if you've seen my channel, I've reviewed them. So I'm gonna go. Let Before I start, let's see if there are any. Thank you for jumping in, Larry. It's just you and Sleepy. Hi, Sleepy. I have two people. You know what? That's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Oh, and Sleepy, if you feel like jumping in at any time, just let me know. I don't mind doing this, what I'm doing with you, like on the side and making comments. So let me know if you feel like doing that. All right. So now I'm going to go to like I said, the best live action short film. Okay. The After. That is one oh no, I saw that. This one was hugely impactful. This one is about grief. Oh, this is about grief, and this is about surviving trauma. There's something really traumatic that happens at the very beginning of this short film, and the character that you see on the screen, he's got to try to figure a way to get through and beyond his grief and his guilt. This packs a lot in. I think it's 30 minutes long. Most of these are 30. I think the most is 45. So these pack a lot in a short period of time. I highly, highly recommend that you see The After. I don't want to spoil it. Hopefully, it's not being spoiled in this little blurb that you see on the screen. Powerfully acted, very shocking what happens at the beginning. Like my jaw dropped when I saw what happened. Yeah, this one could win. Invincible. This one's not available, so I can't comment on it. I didn't even. There was a trailer for it, but I didn't watch it. Night of Fortune. Oh, they don't have the picture art. That's sad. So this is one that takes place in a funeral home. There's some twists. This is also about trying to deal with grief and loss. Trying to learn to find the correct way to say goodbye to a loved one after they're gone. This one is also very, very powerful. I would pick The After over Night of Fortune, though. Red, White, and Blue wasn't available, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Now, Wes Anderson is a hugely popular director, so he could win just because of his name. But having said that, this is a great short. Some of Wes Anderson's films turn me off. I love this, and it's actually one of four that's on Netflix, and I've only seen two of them. They're both great. They're all from Roald Dahl short stories. I recommend you watch all of them. I enjoyed the ones that I saw. I'm definitely going to watch the other two. I think he could win. Of the ones that I saw, the After should win. That's the one I. However, I think the Academy will choose The Wonderful World of Henry Sugar. Oh, we got a new person joining. Thank you for joining. I'm just going over the Academy Awards. I wanted to try some new tech, so thank you for joining. Um, Let me know any comments. We're up to Best Live Action Short Film. Give Poor Things every award at the beginning of this show and then tell everyone else to go home. We're going to talk about Poor Things. I did already talk about it a bit. We were talking about so much nudity in that movie. It was very strange. We were talking about the beautiful cinematography, but I actually don't think it's going to win. I don't think it will. The Academy won't vote for that. That's my opinion. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve it, but I don't think the Academy will pick that movie. All right, let's continue. Best documentary short film. So we have the ABCs of book banning. As a teacher, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It seemed, I loved the message, but it seemed a little biased. And I'm not for book banning at all, but I don't think it told the whole story. So just, I loved the documentary. I loved what it had to say. I loved that they picked children to read sections of banned books, age appropriate, and then they would ask the child what he or she thought of it. I thought that was really well done. The Barber of Little Rock. This is about a man who starts a bank to help small businesses and individuals in his community. Basically, these people could not get loans from any other bank in a better part of town. This was a very powerful documentary shedding light on an issue that needs to have a spotlight on it. Uh, the Island in Between was a short film about this island between Taiwan. I could get this wrong. And the China mainland. I think that's it. And it's very close to the Chinese mainland, but it's part of Taiwan. And they're constantly under threat of being invaded. And it's about a second or third generation person who has three different passports. His family live on the island. Yeah, it's just it's this about a person who's like, what do I call home, and what nationality am I really in? Just very interesting questions. The Last Repair Shop. This is sad. It's available, and I'm gonna watch it today, but I didn't watch it for this. I should have watched it before. I guess it's about someone who gives free instruments to students in Los Angeles. So I absolutely have to watch that. And then I watched this one yesterday. This is a fun short about two older women and how they stay positive and how they stay cheerful as they reflect back on their difficult lives, and how one's I think 80 and the other one's 93, and how they stay active and how they support each other. It's a gem of a film. Which one do I think is gonna win? Wow, that one's tough. Of the ones that I saw, I think The Barber of Little Rock will probably win. Let's go ahead and see if there are any comments. How does Barbie get nominated and Priscilla completely ignored? Who's Priscilla? Can you tell me that? Yeah, go ahead and write that. Award shows are fake. No, they're not fake. They're actually real. They happen in real time, in real life. They're there. I know what you mean though. As I stated initially, like, I appreciate something like the Academy Awards because they introduce me to a bunch of movies that I wouldn't normally see, like, especially in a short period of time. It gets me excited about movies. It gets me talking about movies. Yes, there's a lot flawed with the Academy Awards, but I'm glad they're there. I mean, I never watch, for example, documentary short films. Never. But for me to watch, 3 or 4 or 5 of them and then talk about them, I think that's important. It gets me in touch with a genre that I would normally ignore. Um Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought you meant she was a character in the movie. Sorry. Um I actually I haven't watched that one yet. Um One of Sofia Coppola's. Okay, Sofia Coppola's greatest works. I guess you really liked this one. The nominees have a lot to do. Award show make you aware of movies, but you didn't know. I knew what it was, but your comment, uh, I thought you meant that you wrote, "How does Barbie get nominated and Priscilla get ignored?" I thought you meant Priscilla was an actress in the Barbie movie. I misread it. I did know what Priscilla is. I haven't watched it yet. So, sorry. I'm not pretending that I'm in any way, shape, or form an expert on these movies. I'm just kind of like going over them and having fun with it. Sorry. And I actually said that Huff at the beginning. Like, if you're looking for insight into these movies, something new to be said, this is not the live stream for you because I don't have anything new to add to this conversation. I'm just here for the fun of it, and I wanted to try out some new tech. Um, so sorry. I'm not going to take your comment as an attack, although it is. Yeah. So the nominees have a lot to do with who the studios promote to the Oscar voter. It's absolutely true. I'm There's so much political with the Academy Awards. It's true. I appreciate it for what it does. It shouldn't be the be all and the end all. They have made strides, they've made changes. It's never going to be perfect. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy all the hype. I love it. That's an award show failure. Sorry. I did know what it was. I didn't understand the context, that you wrote it in. I'm so sorry about that. Um, Sleepy, exactly why award shows are fake and pointless. Uh-oh. We've gone on a tangent. They're not fake and pointless. They have a point. I like Sofia Coppola, but haven't been paying attention lately. Yeah. There's actually about 7 or 8 movies that I still need to watch. I haven't watched the Coleman Dominguez movie, I think. Is that his name? Um, I have to watch it. There's still a bunch that I need to. Uh, so you're really recommending it. So then I'll try to watch it today or tomorrow for sure, and I'll review it by in my next live show. I mean, not live show. My next Friday night chat. Yeah, it's fine. I totally get it. I I'm not gonna feel attacked. I'll just defend my position, and everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. Yeah, you have a right to be annoyed, especially if it's a movie that you loved and you cared about. Uh, yeah, it's true, and in fact, I've also mentioned what I want to win and what I think will win because it's political in so many ways. Um, My What I like about the award show, Huff, is that it's introducing me to a lot of film, especially in categories that I never pay attention to. I mean, at least once a year, I watch 5, at least 5, um, live action documentaries, or I'll watch the full documentaries. I try to watch all of them, and that might get me to watch something else on the list that's a documentary. So that's not my typical go-to genre of movie, but I will watch, and foreign language films. I try to watch them all, but that's another category where it can get um, people who might not watch these types of films to kind of branch out, and I think that's important. um, it does still make us uninformed people find out about smaller movies. Yeah. I'm gonna almost two more chats, and then I'll go back. No, not three. The original point of the Academy Awards is to distract film workers from unionizing, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's interesting. That's definitely a good history to know about. Um, Award shows are there to promote Hollywood in general and to stroke some egos. Yeah. I still think there's a lot of positive things that the Academy Awards do. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Huff, that's a great comment. Okay, let's go back. Best documentary feature film. There was only one of these that I saw. This one is available. I need to still watch it. This one is available on Hulu, and I saw that it was there yesterday. I had the choice between this one and Poor Things, and I decided to watch Poor Things. The Eternal Memory. Yeah, this one, I thought was overly long. It was an important movie, a documentary that led us into. It was actually kind of brave because it allowed us to watch someone be weak and vulnerable, and even if he didn't understand it, like he was suffering from Alzheimer's, and you could see his decline, and it was very brave that they allowed us into his home to shine a spotlight on this. I mean, I've seen a bunch of movies about this, but when you actually see someone really going through it, and the day-to-day toll on the people involved, this is a very important documentary. I just thought it was a little bit overlong in the fact that they spent a lot of time showing us the past. Um, and for me, I just thought, it was padded out too much. But it's still a very important documentary. Four Brothers, I didn't see. Four Daughters, I'm sorry. To Kill a Tiger, I didn't see. I don't know. Most of these aren't available. Oh, and so you know what? That's sad. The only one that I saw was the Eternal Memory. But I know for sure that this one is also available. Okay, let's see if we have any comments. It's not a bad thing to promote going to the movies in general. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna make a comment about that. Since COVID, actually don't go to the movies a lot, and all the movies on this list, yeah, all of them, except for if Godzilla minus one is on here, I'm not sure. Uh, I've seen streaming, so that's a valid point too. Some of these are only still available at the movie theaters, and I didn't see any of those. The awards may have some good come out of them, but I believe that is a byproduct that occurs alongside to the real agendas. That's that's valid. I'm also very against awards personally, so that may color my overall take. You're allowed to have your opinion, obviously. It's very valid. I can not say anything against that. I just know that the Academy Awards bring me a lot of joy, and I just think that's important. Like, am I naive? And yeah, they bring me a lot of joy. Um, I don't like any singling out awarding or even thanks for any good works. But again, if we don't single these things out, I think a lot of them would go unnoticed, which is more of a fault of the society than of the Academy Awards. Scott's take on the Oscars was that it was a meat parade, and he didn't like the idea that he was in a competition. Yeah, I remember that, and I think didn't he send up a Native American? Was he the one who sent up? No, that was Marlon Brando. But similarly, like a lot of people have protested over the years, and rightly so. I mean, their points are valid. Yeah, being better or worse, it's true. That's why I like to see all the nominees, and when I can, because it's all in the context. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, my friend. Yeah. My friend doesn't like sleepy. All right, let's go ahead to screenplays. So we got adapted and original. There was one on here that I really wanted to see and I didn't get to, and I think and that was May December. This one is available, and if it's under best original screenplay, that means the story is going to be really good. And I regret that I didn't have the time to watch this, but I'm definitely going to watch it soon. Anatomy of the Fall still isn't available. The Holdovers, I think this is going to be one of those favorites. This is a type of movie that the Academy likes. Um, Maestro is also that one. I think Bradley Cooper is an Academy darling. So what's his name? Duff. You're gonna get me, Huff. Huff. You're gonna get me for saying that. Um, Past Lives was a very interesting movie. I don't know if the Academy would pick that over the Holdovers or Maestro, although it certainly is a contender. I would, if I have to pick, I think they would pick Holdovers in this category and give Maestro for other categories. Best adapted screenplay. Okay, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. So we already know that Huff wants Poor Things. Uh, that's tough. Poor Things was phenomenally kooky. It was so different from the other Academy Awards movies. It took risks, a lot of them. All, Barbie was so different for an Academy Award movie. Um, I think Barbie would be more of a favorite for the Academy Award. I know Huff would like Poor Things. I love Christopher Nolan, and I loved this movie. Of all of them, I liked Oppenheimer more than the other ones. Um, so I would pick Oppenheimer, but I think Barbie will win. Barbie has to get some awards. I don't think it's going to win Best Picture. I just don't. But of course, I haven't seen American Fiction yet and Zone of Interest, and those are both Academy nominated. All right, let's check the comments. My predictions: original screenplay, The Holdovers. Yes, James Abdal. I think I said that too, right? The Holdovers. Although I would prefer, let's see, the screenplay, uh, The Holdovers. I would, you know what? Past Lives is such a small movie that did interesting things. It would be cool if that movie could win because it's not going to win Best Picture. It isn't. It's up against too many other more kind of popular movies. It would be nice. Like Holdovers, yeah, I would like Past Lives to win. But I think Holdovers will win that. All right, let me go back to the comments. Poor Things was an artistic masterpiece in every way a film can be. It definitely was very, very interesting. Yes, very interesting. Uh, it definitely challenged a lot of what movies are, and it left me speechless in some scenes. Uh, it had amazing cinematography, which I already talked about earlier. Uh, Barbie is weird as an adapted screenplay. American Fiction should have been on there. So was Barbie written as a book, or or was it a play before it was? I don't know. I don't know the history of it. I don't know what Barbie had to have been like a play or a book in order for this to be a best adapted screenplay. Poor Things is a world of imagination. Yep, it's absolutely true. We'll talk more about Poor Things. Like I said, I talked about it in the cinematography. We'll talk more about it when we get to the best picture. Yeah. Hi, Martin. Thank you for joining in. Um, let's see. Barbie is considered adapted from the toy. Well, that's ridiculous. Really? That's just adapted? Like there's nothing. That's just a weird adaptation. So that would mean any property based on like a comic book, or I don't know. That's strange. Barbie also had comic books, but I don't know if the comic books covered what was in this movie. Is it adapted from a Barbie comic book where, like, Barbie goes into the real world and has adventures there? I don't know. Could be. I haven't certainly haven't read. There have been a lot of recent updates to comics, and I'm thinking of the whole Hanna Barbera where they've modernized and Archie's where they've done that. They could have done it for Barbie, and I'm just not aware of it. Sleepy, you should know more than I do about that. You keep up on a lot of independent comics more so than I do. All right, let's go back to now we're getting to the big ones. We're getting to supporting actress, actor. So let's go. Let's start with we'll go like this. We'll go actress, actor, actor, actress. All right. Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer. She has some very, very powerful scenes. She's a great actress. I don't I don't know if she's gonna win. I did not see Color Purple and I need to. Um America Ferrara in Barbie. I think Emily Blunt had a much more powerful acting scenes. She has a wider range than I mean in the film. Like she's given more to do than America Ferrara. Jodie Foster is always amazing. I think she should win it every time. And the holdovers, I think she's gonna win. I think she's gonna win. But I haven't seen this actress. Of the five, I think she's gonna win. I would like Jodie Foster to win. I love Jodie Foster. But Emily Blunt, I think showed so many like a wide range of emotions in this movie. So that one's tough. I think she's gonna win. Let's see if we have any agreement in the chat. Yes, sorry, Morton. If you go ahead and watch the beginning of this, I explain what happened. Basically, I was trying new tech and I was failing, and Sleepy helped me through it. So I'm very sorry that I wasted your time this morning. Um, my predictions: actress in the supporting role. Yep, I believe so too. Um, there are a ton of animated Barbie movies straight to video. Oh, that's true too. That is really true. I forgot about those. You're right. I would disqualify Jodie Foster on the basis of her bad acting in True Detective. I haven't watched that yet. I love Jodie Foster even on her worst days, but I'm definitely gonna watch True Detective. Um, so let's go back. Now we're at Best Supporting Actor. I haven't seen American Fiction. Oh gosh, I remember this actor from gosh, what was he in? He was in a TV show that I watched. Oh, what was it? Wasn't he? Oh, he was in. Was he in that show about a town that's cut off in an apocalyptic future? Is that him in that show? And I've seen him in other things. He's usually a menacing character. Like he's always played like the menacing villain. So hopefully he has a different acting role in this. Robert De Niro. I made my complaints about Robert De Niro. He's phenomenal. He deserves lifetime achievement award if nothing else. I'm not going to pick Robert De Niro as the winner. Robert Downey Jr. Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo. This is tough. I think it's like they might give it to Robert De Niro just because lifetime. But of these three, Mark Ruffalo was hilarious in Poor Things. He was really good. His accent was cracking me up. Plus, he had to almost be full nude in this. So props to him for being brave that way. I certainly liked seeing his body. Ryan Gosling, I think, is the favorite. He's like everybody just loved what he did with his role. Um, so I guess I would have to say, although Robert Downey Jr. was a villain that we loved to hate, I'm gonna pick Ryan Gosling as the front runner. I think that's what the Academy will choose. Who would I choose? Uh, geez, that's tough. Robert Downey Jr. or Mark Ruffalo? Comedic versus serious villain. Let's go with Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. for me. That's who I'd like to win. Let's see what we have in the chat. Um, yeah, Jodie Foster's so cool. Actor in a supporting role, Robert Downey Jr. Okay, so we picked that. Although I don't think he'll win. I think it'll be Ryan Gosling. Emma Stone should be awarding in every acting category. Well, she can only be either actress or supporting actress. I guess she can't be both. Between Poor Things and The Curse, no one can touch Emma Stone. You really, really loved that movie. Ruffalo and Stone in that dancing scene alone was the funniest thing. That was hilarious. That was a great scene. And I was thinking while I was watching it, that's definitely going to go viral. Like the scene in the Wednesday Addams show. Yeah, that dancing scene was hilarious. And just watching Mark Ruffalo go from this cocky, arrogant character to this whiny, sniveling guy was hilarious. He did a great job in that movie. And I have to add this: he's really handsome. That doesn't has nothing to do with getting an Academy Award, but I just physically liked watching him. All right, let's go back. Has nothing to do with Academy Awards, but I'd pick him for his looks. All right, so we have Best Actor, Bradley Cooper, Maestro. Wow, Coleman Domingo, Rustin. So this is one I didn't see, and I need to. I loved him in the Fear the Walking Dead, right? And I think he made a movie after that, and I may have seen it. Paul Giamatti, wow, I mean, amazing. Cillian Murphy, he's been one of my favorites like forever. I love him in so many roles. It would be great for him to win. And what's the last one? Jeffrey Wright. I love Jeffrey Wright. That dude is such a good actor, and he's so cute. We can't pick them because they're cute though. And I haven't seen American Fiction, so I don't know. I haven't seen two of the five, but of the ones I've seen, I think they will pick Bradley Cooper. I wouldn't. I would. I would pick Cillian Murphy. But Paul Giamatti, he's a phenomenal actor, and he did an amazing job. And this movie is also one of those contenders for like Oscar love. So my guess is that they are going to pick Bradley Cooper, but I would like to see Cillian Murphy. I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name right. Let's go to the comments. What do we have here? Actor in a leading role, Cillian Murphy. Okay, good. We're James. We're we have some kind of connection going on here. We've been picking the same things. Um, Being really good looking has certainly never hurt when it comes to winning something. It's true, unfortunately. Um, I know, right? It's really bad that I even said that. I shouldn't have said it. It has no place. If Bradley Cooper wins anything, shut the whole thing down. He's gonna win. He's Oscar darling, right? He's like one of those actors that the Academy loves, like what's her name? Julia Roberts. He's like just one of these all-American actors that everybody loves, and so he'll win based on that. And to be honest, he does overcome that. He's got a lot of talent. Like he directed this movie, he acted in it. I think he produced it. Yeah, he put a lot, I bet, a lot of heart and soul into that picture. And now let's go to Best Actress. Annette Bening. I loved her portrayal of Naiad. She made this character with all her flaws seem so real. I might have to pick her. Lily Gladstone, my friend, the one that Sleepy keeps pointing out, wants Lily to win. I'm mad at Lily because she's like so dumb that she could not figure out her husband was such a scamp. I know I'm conflating issues. That's the character and not the actress. She was so believable, right? Because I had these major feeling like, why do you keep falling for this guy's tricks, right? And she's smart. She's very smart, but she just has a blind spot for this guy. Maybe she deserves to win. She's so good. I have not seen Anatomy of a Fall. Carrie Mulligan. She was stellar in that role. She was very believable. and then Emma Stone. So I know I know what Dove is gonna pick. Emma Stone. She deserves the Bravery Award. I'm gonna pick Annette Bening, and I think the Academy will choose Lily Gladstone. That's what I feel. And but to be honest, all of these women deserve it. They were all amazing in the roles that they had. And I need to see this one as soon as it's streaming. All right, let's go to the chat. Maestro was horrible. No comment. I did not think it was horrible. It was just strange and very different. Um, we have to look at it as poetry. But yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was horrible. Had a lot of really interesting things about it. I don't think it's going to win Best Picture, although if the Academy picks it, I mean they could. We'll get to that. So what do we, I have not seen Maestro or A Star Is Born. I actually didn't like A Star Is Born. I mean it was okay. Uh, Actress in a leading role: Emma Stone. Lily Gladstone did an amazing job, but I feel Emma did better. Okay, James, we're different on this one. Huff definitely wants Emma Stone to win, uh, for sure, and she had a character arc where she showed definite change throughout the movie. That's for sure. So I could be wrong there. Thinking about it, like Emma Stone had a real change from beginning to end. Uh, my favorite Bradley role is Licorice Pizza, where he plays insufferable, hateable, punchable a hole. That was a fun movie. It's very unfortunate that Lily Gladstone is up against one of the greatest performances in cinematic history. Well, you know what? Lily Gladstone is very young still, and so if she can get more roles, right? It's all about that. She's definitely a formidable actress. I have not seen La La Land. Oh, you're missing out. La La Land is phenomenal, phenomenal. But I am prepared to maybe grit my teeth and watch it. And then you go ahead and write that. But I'm gonna say I'm biased because I saw La La Land on the in the movie theater on a big screen, and I live in Los Angeles, and they go to every iconic place in Los Angeles, and they film these beautiful scenes there. you know, they just start dancing in every iconic Los Angeles scene. To me, that made the movie amazing to me because I've been to all these places and to see like this amazing dance number erupt on a freeway that I cross like all the time or in this mountain spot that where I sat on the bench where they are. It's like, how can I not love that movie? And I love musicals. So La La Land, I loved it. I need to go on. I need to continue. Um, I highly recommend watching The Favorite as well if you haven't seen it. Another masterpiece by Yorgos and Emma, though very different. Yeah, my friend was mentioning that she's seen three other movies by this director, and I think the only one that I've seen is The Killing of Sacred Deer. This is definitely a director who's, for me, come out of left field and I guess needs to be on more people's radar. Sometimes the nominees go on to better careers than the winners. That's absolutely true. As a big fan of jazz, I've heard only bad things about La La Land. Oh, that's sad because I absolutely love it and I recommend it. I wholeheartedly recommend that movie. But take that with a grain of salt because if you've heard some of my other opinions, then you know what to think of my opinion about La La Land. La La Land, best musical since Everyone Says I Love You. Got to throw in your what's his name? Woody Allen reference, right? All right, so oh wait, The Favorite doesn't seem like it would be, but it's incredibly entertaining and watchable. I'm gonna have to watch that after this. You'll you'll definitely see me reviewing that on my Friday night chat soon. Okay, so we are only left with the last the last two categories. Oh wait, I did actress, right? And actor. Yeah. So here we go to best director. Now, when it comes to best directing, do I know what it is overall? I just like, hey, did this person put together a really good picture? So we have Justine Triet. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Triet, for Anatomy of Fall. Again, I haven't seen that one. Uh, Martin Scorsese. He's, lifetime achievement. This guy makes amazing a movie after amazing movie, and they might give it to him because of that. Christopher Nolan, phenomenal director. I would like him to win. I know Duff wants I don't know how to say his name, Georgios Lanthimos, to win. Is that better than Oppenheimer or Killers of the Flower Moon? Let me think. The cinematography was stunning. The direction, see, I don't know. I don't know enough about what the director actually does to say who did something better than someone else. And I have not seen Zone of Interest. What I think the Academy is going to pick is, it's one of these two. They're going to pick one of these two. And I think they'll balance these out. So whatever they pick here, they won't pick here. I think they're going to pick Scorsese. Uh, uh, but all three of these deserve it. They're amazing. Let's see what the chat says. Donald Fagen is vehemently against La La Land. Well, so what? Does that mean you're not going to watch it because he doesn't like it? Yeah, I don't know. That's just like a weird comment. Like I would certainly listen to Steely Dan and still like La La Land. I could do both. musicals and jazz, they're two very different art forms, right? Woody and Goldie dancing by the Seine. Best director, Christopher Nolan. I think they're gonna pick Scorsese. No one talks about Woody Allen movies anymore, it seems, over here, Mr. Morton. Yeah, but we're gonna change that because I'm gonna start watching a couple so that I can comment on them in my Friday night chat because I need to support my friend over there in Denmark. I'm looking forward to seeing the latest Woody Allen movie. Is there one? Has Scorsese won Best Director? That I'm not sure of. He deserved it for Goodfellas. What was his last movie? I think that one was nominated for a ton of awards. What was it? The Aviator. I think The Aviator won. I have the latest Woody Allen in my shopping basket over at Amazon France. English subtitles. It should say on the back of it, although it's probably written in French. Donald Fagen made some very convincing arguments against La La Land. I just can't summarize it here. Well, Huff, I would actually really, really be interested in hearing why, because I enjoyed La La Land so thoroughly that I would wonder why someone would actually hate it. I could see disliking it, but not hating it. More than I've heard that there are only fan added subtitles on torrents of it. Interesting. All right, so let's go to Best Picture. And I'm very happy to say that I'm not going to read your comments in case somebody picked the Best Picture. I saw 7 of the 10. I'm very proud of myself. And I was so happy that I was able to see Poor Things last night, especially now that Duff is in here, because at least I know what I have some kind of context for it. So I did not see American Fiction. I did not see Anatomy of a Fall, and I did not see The Zone of Interest. They are not available for streaming yet, so I can't tell you if they deserve to win. I just, I can't. So I can only talk about the ones that I've seen. So let's go Barbie. Barbie, I don't think will win Best Picture. It's a comedy. I don't think they're going to give it to a comedy musical. It just, it hasn't, has that been done? I don't know. Well, musicals used to win. That's actually, let me take that back. A lot of musicals have won in the past, but I don't see that happening recently. I don't think Barbie's as strong a movie as some of the others. But I don't like comedies personally. I did enjoy Barbie, so maybe that's saying something. I think The Holdovers is definitely a contender for Best Picture. It's the kind of movie the Academy likes. It's a down and out guy who goes through a life changing event and comes out with a more positive mind frame. I think that's the kind of story the Academy likes. Plus, it had a phenomenal cast. Killers of the Flower Moon. No pictures coming up. Killers of the Flower Moon. Does it deserve Best Picture? I think Oppenheimer will probably win, or Maestro. Um, But I think they're gonna give director, like I said, they might give director to him, but I don't think they'll give best picture. I don't know. This is so dark, but it is about American history, and the Academy loves American history, right? And this is about such a dark time in American history, and it's just filled. The only phrase I kept thinking over and over was from Star Wars: scum and villainy. This movie was just filled with scum and villainy. It's very depressing, but it shines a light on a historic period of American history that should not be forgotten, and could win because of that, and also because of Martin Scorsese. And then finally, we have Maestro and Oppenheimer. This is actually tough. Like I said, I think Bradley Cooper is an Academy darling. Oppenheimer was a phenomenal film. I enjoyed this movie. It was about politics and science, and I was hooked. The director did such an amazing job of making me care about a movie that's like 3 hours long. Um, I think Maestro. I don't know. This is tough. So, which one would I pick? We forgot Past Lives. Oh wait, we forgot Past Lives and Poor Things. I don't think Past Lives is going to win. It's a small movie. It's a beautiful movie, but it's small. It does focus on a culture and a people that is underrepresented. Right, so we've got Korean Americans, we've got people from Korea, and also Korean Canadians, and then Korean Americans. This was a beautiful little movie. I don't think it'll win. I just think it's up against too many hard hitters for to win. And then we know we have the favorite, Poor Things. I think this one should win cinematography and maybe screenplay. I don't think it's going to win Best Picture. I know Huff's going to be after me now. Definitely me. So I'm gonna pick um wow, Oppenheimer or Maestro or wow. These four, man, this is hard to choose. Really hard to choose. Of the four movies, I enjoyed Oppenheimer the most. That doesn't mean it's the best movie. Killers of the Flower Moon was just depressing, but so well done. Um, Yeah, this is tough. What am I going to choose? I'm gonna go ahead and choose Oppenheimer as Best Picture. What do I think the Academy will choose? The Holdovers. That's what I'm gonna go with. All right, now let the wrath of the comments come. Okay, let's go. Where did we stopped here? What is the latest Woody Allen movie? I don't even know. Scorsese lost Best Director for Raging Bull. Oh, how did I forget Raging Bull? I loved Ordinary People, by the way. Uh, uh, I actually think Ordinary People is a beautiful movie. I'm not saying that Raging Bull isn't better, But yeah, he lost there, and I think he also lost for a Goodfellas. I think Best Picture. Oppenheimer will probably win Best Picture, but Poor Things should. Okay, so there's we actually do disagree, James. There, um, Poor Things is a great movie, but it's just so strange. I don't think that American audiences really are going to want that over something else. Personally, Poor Things was an amazing movie, uh, but it was just really, really strange. This is weird. Sorry. Uh, Fagan, I believe, said he'd like to punch the director in the face and said he's a bleeping moron who doesn't know anything about jazz. But still, the director made an amazing movie. So I don't know. Like maybe uh Fagan might have a point that he doesn't know anything about jazz and he's making there's a lot of scenes, jazz scenes, and the main male character is into jazz and he goes to jazz clubs, if I remember correctly. But he still made an amazing movie, so I still don't see how Fagan is entitled to his comments, but I don't know why that would sway me to hate La La Land. It wouldn't. I'm like, okay, Fagan, you do know about jazz, um, but I still loved La La Land. Does that? I mean, and I like jazz to an extent. I just I don't know. I don't I That wouldn't make me hate La La Land. Uh, Coup de Chance, Stroke of Luck, is a 2023 comedy drama thriller film written and directed by Woody Allen. So 2023. It is basically a French movie. Well, that's interesting. I enjoyed Barbie very much. Yeah, I did too. I enjoyed it. I thought Barbie was dull. It just seemed so lackluster, like forced latter day Mike Myers. I I would say that I thought some parts of Barbie dragged, but I wouldn't say overall that it was horrible or boring. Like a lot of comedies, like I usually like the beginnings of them, and they're usually really really funny, but they've got to make a full movie about it where they have to have some closure, and that's where they start to break down for me because they stop being funny. I didn't feel that way so much with Barbie, although it did have a little bit of a drag for me in like the two-thirds mark. Oh, there's a lot more comments. I agree on Barbie. Morton, are you trying to predict what will win or what you think was the best? I'm trying to do both. I do both. Oh, I see. I thought Ordinary People was a good movie too. I really do. So even though Raging Bull is definitely a phenomenal movie and deserves it, it's like a masterpiece. It lost to Ordinary People, which is a very good movie. I am putting off seeing a movie that is going to infuriate me as a jazz fan. I hate seeing it misrepresented to the public. Oh, okay. So now we get to the heart of it. Jazz is misrepresented. Um, but there are so many facets of jazz. There's popular jazz, and then there's for example, I can't stand bebop and the other kind, improvisational jazz. Bores me to tears. But if I see that in a nightclub live, I enjoy it. But I don't like hearing it on a recording. And so and then there's popular jazz where they take like show tunes and they rework them. Like there's so many different categories of jazz that I don't know how you could say that it misrepresents jazz to the public. Like in what way did it misrepresent jazz to the public? So let's maybe we'll have time to see your comments on that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my screen, like full screen, get rid of this. So this is, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and go back to that. Pew! Okay, I want to thank, dang, an hour and 14 minutes. Again, I didn't add anything new to this. It was just fun to kind of go through these movies and talk. And I loved a lot of the comments bringing up these side issues, right, about movies of the past, and to me, this is fun, and we don't need to agree on everything. And I loved this La La Land sidebar that's going on. So thank you for that. I also want to thank Sleepy Reader not only for being here, but also for helping me set up my live stream. I did try 2 or 3 times earlier, Morton, like I said initially, and I couldn't get it to work, and I had to keep canceling it. I figured out what was wrong thanks to Sleepy's help, and now I understand this a bit better. So for me, not only was this about Academy Awards, but it was getting me to use the technology of being able to share my screen, especially the real world part. And Barbie was a missed opportunity. I think that's kind of where it fell apart for me as well. Although I did like when they kept landing up in jail. That was kind of funny. And they would just walk in and take clothes. I was laughing at that. I thought that was hilarious. But that's right when they enter the real world. Bebop is popular jazz. Oh, okay, sorry. What is I'm thinking maybe the scat then. Although I guess I don't mind scat. Maybe, yeah. See, I'm ignorant. I don't even know all the jazz terms. So I do know that I mostly don't like improvisational jazz. I call it jazz noodlings. I think that's what a lot of people say, right? It just for me, if I see it live, I do enjoy it, but not listening to it on a recording. The public today has no idea about jazz. I'm probably one of them. Huff, I do listen, Huff. I do a challenge where if you want to suggest a recording to me, I listen to it at least 2 times every day for a solid week, and then I give you one, and you have to do the same thing, and then we come on and comment on it and give our real feelings about it. So if you're down, send me a message, and we can go for it. I'll listen to anything that you suggest, but you also have to be open and willing to listen what I give you, which is the soundtrack to La La Land. I'm not sure if I helped a whole lot, but no, you absolutely helped me. Um, these little things, tech wise, can just stop you, and it was that one little thing that was stopping me from getting it correct. Noodling jazz noodling. I'm not trying to say you should know about jazz. I think everybody. It's an American art form that I think Americans should be familiar with and know about. It doesn't have to be my favorite art form. It's not. I certainly listen to a lot of jazz recordings, but it's not like my go-to genre. Uh, but yeah, I do appreciate jazz. Just that is easy to misrepresent to the public since they don't know it. True. And someone putting themselves forth as a supposed expert when they aren't is infuriating. Is that what the director did? I don't know. I just like he made a movie about, 2 people. The movie isn't about jazz. The movie is about 2 characters who are, trying to find each other and going together and coming apart. And it's a journey that the 2 characters go on, and they do it through music. Although it's been a while since I've seen it, I might also be misrepresenting that movie, especially since the same guy is responsible for making Whiplash. I loved Whiplash. I don't know how you think that movie's a travesty. Nope, I wholeheartedly disagree. That movie was phenomenal. Listen to me. I'm like, that movie is a travesty. I can't believe you're writing that. Now I'm just kind of like shell shocked. Such a great movie. All right, I hope you enjoyed this stroll through the Academy Awards with all of its controversies. I hope I was able to deal with the controversies in a just way without infuriating you. I like talking about controversies. I think they're fun. So I'm going to go ahead and thank everyone for showing up. I'm going to end my stream. Whiplash was good, but not great. Oh my God, you need to stop, James. I thought Tar was phenomenal. Tar was amazing. So now we came to a huge difference of opinion there. We were in sync for a while, but Tar was phenomenal. But see, I like flawed characters like that. And Whiplash has one, and Tar also. Uh-oh, we're getting some more comments. I can't end it yet. Let's see what it says. It's like watching ER as a regular person and thinking it's a great TV show versus watching it as a medical professional and just seeing it as completely wrong. Yeah, I guess, um, but as a medical professional, you who watches ER to learn how to do surgery, right? I mean, who thinks that if you watch ER, you're gonna learn what it is to be a doctor? I mean, it's a drama TV show, so that's that's just a weird analogy. I jazz it up from time to time. I enjoy, but hope my dad's spirit smiles. Oh, Morton. Mingus, Mingus, Mingus. I actually have 3 or 4 Mingus albums. I love putting them on. They have gorgeous covers, and I always enjoy them. So yeah, I'll go with Mingus. And the other one was it's got a weird title, Australopithecus, something like that. That's a great album too. Tar is phenomenal, Martin. And if you hate it, at least you watched it. It's so good. ER was great. It was better than MASH. They were of different time periods. I grew up with MASH, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about MASH. Why don't we just bring Hogan's Heroes into this? The point is, if you're an expert at something that a TV show movie is about, you aren't watching it from the same perspective. I know, but it's called what do you call that? The disbelief. What do you call that? You got to like put yourself into the frame of the movie, right? You got to just let the other things from life kind of just dissolve and get into the narrative. But yeah, you've never watched Hogan's Heroes? Oh, I grew up on that. It's I bet by today's standards, it's awful. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But it's about constant. Well, it's not about concentration camps. It's about American POW camps in Germany. I mean, it's probably that is not what those camps were like, right? Oh gosh. So I bet if someone was actually in a prisoner of war camp, they would not think that Hogan's Heroes is funny. Oh gosh. Oh wait, I loved Whiplash. I still wanted to be a drummer in my youth. I just saw a lot of blood. Like those people, they're what they had to do to their hands. Um, all right. I see nothing. Schultz. Oh God, I love Schultz. Oh gosh. Sergeant Schultz. He was awesome. All right, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. Thank you so much for showing up and hanging out with me. Um, let's watch the Academy Awards and see what happens. I'll definitely be talking about them, the results in my live stream, not live stream, in my Friday night chats on, of course, Friday. Thank you, everyone.